Have you ever noticed how silence can speak louder than words? In relationships, communication is often the glue that holds two people together. When someone is constantly reaching out, asking for your time, it shows interest, care, and a desire to connect. But what happens when that suddenly stops? Today we'll explore the deeper meaning behind a man who no longer asks for your time, and why this shift can be more telling than any argument or conversation. Let's begin by understanding the subtle power of silence and what it might signal in a relationship. First, the change might be subtle. Maybe he used to text you every morning or always made plans for the weekend. Suddenly, those messages become less frequent and the invitations stop coming. You might brush it off as him being busy, but often these are the earliest signs that something has shifted. It's important to pay attention to these changes, as they can reveal underlying feelings or issues that haven't been spoken aloud. Recognizing these early signs can help you understand what's really going on beneath the surface. Relationships often thrive on routine. Regular calls, shared meals, and weekend outings create a sense of stability and comfort. When a man consistently asks for your time, it means you're a priority in his life. The sudden absence of these routines can feel unsettling. It's not just about missing activities, it's about the emotional gap that forms when someone stops making an effort. This break in routine can be a sign that he's reevaluating the relationship or his feelings. Sometimes what isn't said carries more weight than what is. When a man stops asking for your time, he might be communicating feelings of disappointment, frustration, or even resignation. Instead of expressing these emotions directly, he chooses silence. This unspoken message can be confusing and even hurtful, especially if you're unsure of the reason behind the change. Understanding that silence is a form of communication can help you interpret what's really happening. Emotional withdrawal is often a protective mechanism. When someone feels hurt, ignored, or unappreciated, they may pull back to avoid further pain. If a man who once sought your company suddenly stops, it could be his way of protecting himself. This withdrawal isn't always about anger, sometimes it's about self-preservation. Recognizing this can help you approach the situation with empathy rather than frustration. Neglect in a relationship doesn't always come from malice. Sometimes it's the result of feeling undervalued or overlooked. When a man stops asking for your time, it might be because he feels his efforts aren't reciprocated. This sense of neglect can slowly erode the foundation of a relationship, leading to distance and misunderstanding. Addressing neglect early can prevent deeper issues from developing. Sometimes silence is a way to test boundaries. By withdrawing, a man might be seeing how you react. Will you reach out or will you mirror his distance? This test isn't always conscious, but it can reveal a lot about the dynamics of your relationship. Understanding this can help you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Pride can play a significant role in why someone stops reaching out. If a man feels rejected or unappreciated, his pride might prevent him from making further efforts. This isn't about ego in a negative sense, but rather a need to protect one's self-worth. Recognizing the role of pride can help you see the situation from his perspective and open the door to honest communication. Fear of rejection is powerful. If a man senses that his advances are unwanted or unappreciated, he may stop asking for your time to avoid further hurt. This fear can lead to silence even if he still cares deeply. Understanding this fear can help you approach the situation with compassion and openness rather than frustration or blame. Breakdown in communication can happen gradually or suddenly. When a man stops asking for your time, it might be a sign that communication has faltered. This doesn't mean the relationship is doomed, but it does signal a need for honest dialogue. Addressing the breakdown early can help rebuild trust and understanding between you. Time is one of the most valuable gifts we can offer someone. When a man consistently asks for your time, he's showing that you matter to him. The sudden absence of these requests can feel like a loss not just of time but of significance. Recognizing the value of shared time can help you appreciate what's at stake when it's no longer offered. When someone pulls away, it's natural to wonder why. Self-reflection can help you understand your own role in the relationship dynamic. Have you been distant, distracted, or less responsive? Sometimes the answer lies within. Taking time to reflect can lead to personal growth and a better understanding of what both partners need. Uncertainty can be one of the hardest parts of a relationship shift. If a man stops asking for your time, seeking clarity through open and honest conversation is essential. Avoid assumptions and instead ask direct questions about how he's feeling. This approach can clear up misunderstandings and help both of you move forward, whether together or apart. Indifference is often more damaging than anger. When a man stops asking for your time, it can signal that he's become indifferent. This lack of emotion can be a sign that he's emotionally checked out. Recognizing indifference early can help you decide whether to address the issue or move on. If you notice a man has stopped asking for your time, it's not always too late to rebuild the connection. Small gestures, honest conversations, and shared experiences can help reignite the bond. Rebuilding takes effort from both sides, but it's possible if both partners are willing to try. Sometimes the best choice is to let go. If a man has truly lost interest and stopped asking for your time, holding on can cause more pain. Letting go isn't a sign of failure, it's an act of self-respect. Knowing when to move on can open the door to new opportunities and healthier relationships in the future. Your self-worth should never depend on someone else's attention. When a man stops asking for your time, it's important to remember your own value. Focusing on self-care and personal growth can help you maintain confidence, no matter what happens in the relationship. Every relationship teaches us something. When someone stops asking for your time, it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Reflect on what worked, what didn't, and how you can apply these lessons to future relationships. Growth often comes from the most challenging experiences. A sudden change in behavior can be a red flag. If a man who was once attentive suddenly becomes distant, it's important to pay attention. Red flags aren't always deal breakers, but they do signal that something needs to be addressed. Trust your instincts and don't ignore warning signs. Change is a natural part of life and relationships. When someone stops asking for your time, it can be painful, but it also creates space for new experiences. Embracing change allows you to grow and discover what you truly want in a partner. Expectations can shape how we experience relationships. If you expect constant attention, any change can feel like a loss. Understanding and adjusting your expectations can help you navigate shifts in a relationship with more resilience and less disappointment. Healthy communication is the foundation of any strong relationship. If a man stops asking for your time, it's a sign that communication needs attention. Open, honest dialogue can help resolve misunderstandings and rebuild trust. Don't be afraid to express your feelings and listen to his as well. Attachment doesn't always mean the end of love. Sometimes people need space to process their feelings or deal with personal issues. If a man stops asking for your time, it might be a temporary phase rather than a permanent change. Understanding detachment can help you respond with patience and empathy. Everyone needs space from time to time. If a man pulls back, it might be his way of recharging or dealing with stress. Giving each other space can actually strengthen a relationship, as it allows both partners to maintain their individuality and return to each other refreshed. Sometimes, life circumstances force people to reevaluate their priorities. Work, family, or personal challenges can shift someone's focus. If a man stops asking for your time, it might be because he's dealing with other demands. Understanding this can help you approach the situation with compassion rather than resentment. Assumptions can create unnecessary conflict. If you notice a change in behavior, it's easy to jump to conclusions. Instead, seek clarity through conversation. Avoiding assumptions can prevent misunderstandings and help you respond more thoughtfully to changes in the relationship. Relationships can be challenging, especially when faced with unexpected changes. Building resilience means learning to adapt and grow, even when things don't go as planned. If a man stops asking for your time, use the experience to strengthen your emotional resilience and prepare for whatever comes next. Moving forward after a relationship shift can be difficult, but it's also an opportunity for growth. Whether you choose to reconnect or go your separate ways, focus on what you've learned and how you can use those lessons in the future. Every ending is also a new beginning. When someone stops asking for your time, it can be a painful experience, but it's also a chance to gain insight into yourself and your relationships. Use this moment to reflect, grow, and prepare for healthier connections in the future. Insight is one of the greatest gifts we can gain from challenging experiences. The end, silence can be a powerful messenger. When a man stops asking for your time, it's important to listen to what that silence is telling you. Whether it's a sign of change, a need for space, or the end of a chapter, responding with understanding and self-respect will always serve you well. Remember, your worth is not defined by someone else's attention. Embrace the lessons, cherish the memories, and look forward to new beginnings.